Pleasant good evening and welcome to the Burns Center on the campus of Missouri Valley College, where tonight it's senior night for the men's wrestling squad, led by two quality seniors, Carl Lawrence and Josh Manu. They are the two seniors, but boy, are they good ones. I'm Ken Cuiava, Carl Murphy alongside, women's wrestling coach. And Carl, when we talk about wrestlers, and you've been around this sport a long time, you're not going to find anybody better than Josh Manu or Carl Lawrence, two outstanding young men.
Yeah, great kids. Totally different kinds of wrestlers. Josh is a little quicker, a little more athletic, and Carl is more about control. But great kids. They are best friends off the mat, teammates on the mat.
And they say one of their goals is to wrestle for a national championship. And wouldn't that be something if they could both get in the championship match?
Yeah, definitely. And they both definitely could be there. Right now, Josh is being introduced as one of the two seniors.
Josh is majoring in physical education, a minor in psychology. He's the son of Rita Manu of Providence, Rhode Island. A career record of 93 and 59, achieved All-American status in 2013 in the 197-pound class. Coach Mike Mockel says Josh's laugh is always funnier than the joke, and I've been around the young man, and I certainly agree with that. And then Carl Lawrence is the next one, again at 197. No, I didn't misspoke. They're both at 197. Carl majoring in interdisciplinary studies, is the son of Dave and Tina Lawrence of Sullivan, Missouri. A career record of 88 and 59, a national runner-up in the 197-pound weight class in 2013, earning All-American status. He's on the Dean's List, enjoys acting, so two really outstanding young men.
I didn't actually see the acting, but from what I hear, he did a really good job in a play last spring. Both these wrestlers came in, they were way down the ladder, and they've just worked really hard these last 4 years for Valley and put in a lot of extra time. Carl has really proved himself as a student. He came in on our Blosser program his freshman year and has worked his way up.
Well, that's what Coach Mockel said, and had a chance to visit with Mike a little bit about tonight's senior night. It's senior night. Mike Mockel's joined us, and Coach, it's senior night. You only have two seniors, but wow. You talk about two seniors.
Yeah, they're phenomenal kids. They're outstanding wrestlers, but better yet, they're great people, great ambassadors of Missouri Valley College. They came in together. They're two of a kind. They're best friends, and they really should meet each other in the national finals this year.
Well, we'll talk about Carl Lawrence first of all. Everyone I talk to, you're right. They say not only is he a wrestler, he's a heck of a young man.
Yeah, Carl does a ton of things around Valley. I mean, he's a hall director. He's a guy that's involved in the theater. He's just does a lot of things. He's one of those kids, too, that came in, he was a at-risk kid, and he came in, he proved everybody wrong, and he's just done a great job here. He's one of the best pure just people that I've had in my program ever.
All right, and Josh Manu, we all know about Josh. He's right there too, isn't he?
He is. I mean, they're really two peas from the same pod. Josh from Providence, Rhode Island. Again, both guys, came in, worked very, very hard. Neither one of them were really that good when they got here, and they just pushed each other. And of course, Josh just missed the national finals last year, wrestling against Carl, and their goal has always been get to the national finals to wrestle each other. And Josh comes from a hardworking family, great kid. We just talked to both of them today, and they said, Coach, he goes, I can't believe it's senior night. Where did 5 years go? And I said, man, just welcome to our age, man. That's the way it's going to be. Pretty soon you'll wake up, you'll be married and 3 kids and working.
Will we see both of them wrestle tonight then?
Yes, sir. We're going to wrestle both of them. Josh will wrestle 97 and Carl will wrestle heavyweight tonight.
All right. And you take on Truman. This is a pretty good match for senior night, isn't it?
It is. Truman State always is competitive. They always battle. I don't really care what their records are. They show up to wrestle. And there's a couple of really key matches. 149, Jake Exeter is ranked number 1 in the NAIA. And Moss is ranked number 6 for them in Division IIs. And they've wrestled once before. It was a 1-point match. Exeter came in on top, so should be a great one. And then at 157, Colton Schmitz is really a talented kid for them. At 65 should be good. So there's 3 or 4 matches in there that are really going to be battles.
All right. Looking forward to it, Coach, always. And, boy, this season's flown by, hasn't it?
Oh, my gosh. Here it is. This is my 25th year here at Valley, 23rd coaching, and and they all seem to go faster and faster and faster. 2 weeks or a week and 3 days, we have the regional championships here, and 2 more weeks after that, this season's over, and I just can't believe it.
All right, Coach, looking forward to tonight. Thanks.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, so there's Mike Mockles in his 25th year at Valley, 23rd year as the head coach. How many years you been here now, Carl?
I've had 11 years coaching here, and
wow,
22 in California.
22 in California, 11 here, and your gals, you've had a pretty good season. Some of your gals too, haven't they?
Yeah, we had well, by our standards, we had a rough year, but we had a lot of injuries out. We redshirted a couple key athletes, and that sort of dropped us in the national rankings. But good news from that is they'll all be back next year, and it'll be much tougher next year.
And one of my favorite young ladies, Christina Bautista, is she going to be back next year?
She will be back. She was one of those key injuries that missed a big hole in our lineup with her gone, but she'll be back.
And she's helped you coach and helped you recruit, and that's fun to have the gals like that in the program, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
All right. We're about ready to go. Josh Banu is now being introduced, but our first match tonight is going to be Logan Welsh. Logan ranked number 7 at 125 pounds. And for Truman, it'll be Jabez Zinabu for Truman. So that'll be our first match. There's only one weight class at 174. Truman does not have a wrestler. Riley Boomer will be wrestling for, or will get the win there for the Vikings, and that will be at 174, but that's the only one. So we're about ready to go tonight. Glad you can be with us on livestream.com as we bring you wrestling this evening. I mentioned Jabez Zinabu will take the mat first for Truman.
Couple of juniors, one from Kansas, one from Missouri. I'd say it's fairly likely they wrestled a little bit in high school before college.
Zinabu out of Maize, Kansas, and Welsh.
Lexington, Missouri. So just down the road from Valley.
Pretty good wrestling there at Lexington. So we'll see what happens and how this senior night match gets underway. Of course, the two seniors will wrestle last, Josh Banu and Carl Lawrence. But we're ready to go, and we'll turn things over to Carl Murphy.
Zinabu quickly, up front headlock, goes over the top. Almost takedown, no call from the referee on that one. They did change the rule this year that takedown with the points of contact being met would be immediate. So it could have very well been a takedown on that last series.
Now, we talk to you every time we do one of these matches, Carl. The rules quite a bit different than what you gals wrestle with, correct?
Correct. Yeah, we wrestle international freestyle rules, so a little more wide open. Not so much of the riding and control that we experience here at the collegiate style of wrestling.
We're just underway in the first period, no score.
Well, we've got an early theme here. Zinabu wants to keep a little open and keep some space here, and Logan Welch wants to get close and slow things down a little bit.
So a little different styles. As
double underhooks, trying to get the hands together. Zinabu clears out of that tie-up. Welch wants to stay close, doing a pretty good job of it. Closing down the outside offense for Zinabu. Zinabu again with front headlock. This is where he almost scored the first time. Trying to clear out. A little interlude there from the Eagles.
Always need that little interlude from the Eagles. Hotel California, speaking of California. That was nice. Just a little interlude from the Eagles right there, huh? Joe Walsh and the Eagles.
Neither wrestler willing right now to open up too much. Few shot attempts. Zinabu seems content working for the front headlock.
Down to
taking
40
those
seconds
opportunities.
In the first period.
Well, outside single attempt, stopped by Welch. Again, going for that front headlock, but Welch is not going to let that one happen. Oh, a nice single leg there. He snags the foot. Still got some fight. Short time going here. 10 seconds to go. Welch is able to fight out of that. I thought for sure Zenabu was going to get a 2 on that, but good defensive counter there by Logan Welch.
So no points there in the first period, and really at these lower weight classes, that's kind of unusual, isn't it, Carl?
Not too much. I mean, we got a question here from the Truman coach.
He may be questioning why there wasn't.
Well,
okay, well, we're not going to hear more music.
Well, I think we got an NCAA school and an NAIA school, and maybe they have some different rules. And
they probably do at the NCAA Division II level.
Well, start second round back on their feet again. Welch trying to dig in for some underhooks. Right now, a fairly even battle.
Yeah.
I'd say, slight edge to Zenabu, excuse me there.
Of course, some of you may not know, Truman State University, located in Kirksville, about 2 hours from here, North Missouri.
Part of the Missouri state system. There's Zenabu with Russian, tries to throw it down, switches off, front headlock. Just Welch hanging on to the elbow. Let's stay out of that underhook right there. He gets it over, but Welch is back to his feet. So we've seen pretty much the same offense from Zenabu, but he's getting close on a couple of those.
Down to the final minute here in the second period.
Well, we're coming up on 5 minutes in this match and still no score. No riding time.
We may close to going through 2 periods without any scoring.
Yeah, we're going to have an interesting choice coming up here. You can take down and maybe, there's a takedown. That's going to change the strategy considerably. 5 seconds to go. Zenabu with the takedown. Kind of caught him napping there. He snagged a quick little low single and picked it up.
So now Zenabu will be on top. Welch will be on the bottom position for period number 3.
Welch is going to try to get out as quickly as he can. He wants to get out within the first 20 seconds or so. Fighting the hands. And he's just back to his feet, so the job 1 is done. 2-1 score. Single leg attempt. Now Welch is going to have to open up, and there's a nice single leg. He's in deep on that. Needs to step outside. He needs to stay down low on that leg. He kind of lost it there when he came up. Needs to clear that tie. Zenabu at this point is going to be content to slow things down, like keep Welch out of his offense.
Zenabu leading 2-1. We're down to 1:15 in this match.
Zenabu defending with the underhook, and they're out of bounds. We got a little more than a minute to go. Zenabu with a 2-1 lead over Logan Welch.
Welch going to have to make something happen here. That's a minute to go. That's a long minute when you're Zenabu trying to hang on, isn't it?
It is a long minute. Welch is making it easier by hanging on. He needs to open up his offense a little bit more than he is right now. Oh, front head and arm attempt. Zenabou able to slip out, secure the takedown. Gives up the escape. Now it's 4-2. Welch needs to keep his head right here. He's one takedown away. Doesn't need to panic, but he does need to open up his offense. Get away from the edge. Just like, well, they were both out. Referee didn't stop the clock. There's that single leg coming around. Just got to stay low on that. Keep running, keep running, keep running. Do not go to the head there. Oh, my goodness. He could have got that takedown by staying down on that low part of the leg, but he decided to go for more than the takedown. And well, they did give him the 2.
They gave him the 2, so we're tied at 4. So we'll get things started with a little overtime here, it appears.
Well, we get a 2.7-second escape here, but Zenabou's not going to really go for it.
Were you surprised they gave him the 2 points there?
A little bit. You know, I haven't seen a lot of the collegiate style with the new interpretations of what establishes control, so I can't really argue with that.
So here we go, 1 minute overtime.
Going to go 1 minute. This is the sudden victory period. First score wins. If nobody scores in this period, we'll go two sets of 30 seconds, top and bottom, and then bottom and top the other way around. And then we'll repeat the whole thing if we need to. But while they're on their feet, it's sudden victory. And there's your 2.
And that's the 2 for Zenabou.
Welch got a little extended on that shot, giving Zenabou an easy counter takedown for the win. And 3 points for Truman State, taking an early lead, 3-0 after one match tonight.
So Jabez Zenabou with the win at 125. Next at 133, it's Kevin Bonilla of Cypress, Texas for the Vikings. And Rafael Lopez, he's from Casa Grande, Arizona. At 133, 3-0. Truman with the early lead in this match.
A couple Southwestern wrestlers at it. Texas and Arizona. Or did you say New Mexico?
Arizona for Lopez.
Oh, nice single leg. Inside step. Took an inside step looking like a high C, but switched his head position for a single leg. Finished it. Nice takedown there by Kevin Bonilla. Escape for Lopez. They're back on their feet. Also, both these wrestlers, true freshmen. There's that inside step again, switches legs. Second shot on the single leg. Lopez using a little flexibility to defend it, looking for a scoop or spladle, as they might call it somewhere else. There's a takedown for Bonilla. Goes up 4-1 right now.
Looking pretty good so far in this match, isn't he?
He's looking really good, especially on his shot take offense. I think we got a situation where you got 2 freshmen. I don't think either one, well, I know Bonilla hasn't wrestled a whole lot in the varsity lineup, so they don't know any better. They're just going to go out and wrestle hard.
Down to 1:30 here in the first. Bonilla up 4-1.
Bonilla decides to cut him loose, give him the escape. 4-2 score right now. Feels pretty confident with his attack that he can score another takedown before the round's over. Working the underhook, high C. Needs to switch off to 2 legs there, get that arm around that other leg. Control that position. He's in a little bit of trouble here. Needs to get his arm switched around. He's got a Peterson right there. Controlling the wrist. Got a stalemate, bring it back to their feet.
4-2 Bonilla here with 47 seconds to go in the first.
Seen some good attacks from Bonilla. He can establish the underhook. It seems to open up his offense quite a bit. And there we go. Got the underhook. High C attempt. Blocked by Lopez. Just looking. But right now, Bonilla, he's got the head position. He's got the underhook. He's pretty much controlling this whole situation. Double leg off a high C for another takedown. That short time, this round's going to end with Bonilla up 6-2.
Pretty good, pretty impressive first period for Bonilla. Kevin Bonilla, young man out of Cypress, Texas, up 6-2. It's senior night at the Burns Center. And our two seniors will wrestle the final two matches. Should have a good crowd by then, Josh Manu and Carl Lawrence.
Well, we've got a little bit of a heat wave, so we'll probably see some more students making it down to the gym tonight.
Felt like 70 degrees out there today, didn't it? It was 35 and or 32. It felt like about 70.
Again, second period, starting on their feet. Bonilla trying to get that underhook in. Seems to be the key to his offense. Nice little snatch single there. Picks it up. He's got another takedown. He's kind of in a situation now where if he doesn't feel good on top, he's just going to cut him and take him down some more because he's dominating on the feet right now.
Rafael Lopez, the wrestler for the Truman Bulldogs. Kevin Bonilla for the Vikings.
Well, the referee felt that arm was in a dangerous position. They're going to stop the wrestling, start him again. Bonilla on top, Lopez on the bottom. We've got about 1 minute left in this second period. 8-2 off 4 really impressive takedowns by Bonilla. And he's going to opt to let him back to his feet, and he's going to go to the takedown route again.
There you go.
Well, we got a shot from Lopez. He gets in deep. He's cleared his head, and there's,
look out.
Well, he's going to roll that ankle up. He's going to try to sit up here. He's got to clear his ankle. He's got to sit back on his foot and drag his foot through. We call that a little funk wrestling. Bonilla with a good defensive takedown there.
Well, you're right. He can get that takedown about any time he wants, can't he?
Yeah, he's up 10-3 right now, all takedowns. Getting some instruction now to not lit him up. Finish this period out on top. Working for a cradle. We've got a warning on red for stalling. So Lopez with the first stall call of the match tonight.
That's going to do it for the second period. 10-3. Impressive so far for Kevin Bonilla.
Interestingly, the Truman coach, well, he's telling his wrestler to take top. I thought he was telling him to take neutral again, which didn't seem to make sense. But top does make sense. Maybe he's going to lock in a tilt here and score some points. Not a whole lot of choice there. He hasn't done well on his feet. He hasn't done well on bottom, so
Give this a chance.
Try the top position. If Bonilla gets away, I'd say this match is pretty much over, and we'll see by how much. Trying to work that wrist to the back. Call that a bar tilt. Bonilla freeing up the wrist. Trying to fight hands here. Needs to get his head up, hips out, and there he goes. Fighting hands, there's your escape. Got 1:30 left. Got an 11-3 score. I'm sure Coach Mockles wants some bonus points. He's in the bonus points right now with a major decision. 8-point differential. Needs to keep that and maybe try to build on that to a technical fall. Outside single leg attempt. Oh, a little bit of trouble there. He got caught coming back. I'm a little surprised there was no takedown awarded on that. We had at least a 1 count on the back, but good result for Valley on that one.
50 seconds.
Bonilla able to avoid that potential disaster right there, getting caught on his back with a big lead. That's something you learn as you get older in wrestling. You know, you get a lead like this, maybe you shouldn't open up your attack too much and put yourself in danger.
Yeah, you're right. For a moment there, he was in trouble. Down to 15 seconds.
A double leg there. Bonilla trying to step up one side or the other. He's going to clear out. Go back to the neutral position, back to the middle of the mat.
Bonilla's going to win this match in convincing style. The young man out of Cypress, Texas.
11-3 and 4 points for Team Valley. Valley goes ahead 4-3 in the dual meet after 2 bouts.
And here at 141 is Brian Bitney. Brian out of the state of Washington, and Mark Smith at 141 for Truman. He is out of St. Louis.
And I noticed you didn't say what town Brian Bitney was
from. I think it's Puyallup, I believe.
Puyallup.
Puyallup? Thank you, sir. Well, you're a West Coaster, see, you knew that. Puyallup.
Our former basketball coach was from Puyallup, and she corrected me every time. So
okay.
I finally got it right. Jolene Christensen.
See, I've been doing this a long time. I just said from the state of Washington.
Right now, Smith with the front headlock. We call that head in the bucket. He's trying to run it. Runs it to a single leg. Nice little counter back by Bitney, and it is going to get him out of trouble, but maybe not avoid the takedown here. Got to clear out, face that leg, not let him get behind. Amazing turn of events there. Bitney turns that into his own double leg, gets the takedown, and is working a Turk right now, trying to get some back points. Wants to elevate that leg up. You got Valley coaches yelling, elevate the leg. You got Truman saying, get your leg out. There's the Turk. He's getting points. Getting points. Wants to roll him up, kind of like make him into a donut there. Keep that Turk.
Mike Mockel's working on the sideline.
Well, he gave him 2 near fall on that first Turk situation. And back to work on top is Bitney with a 4-0 lead. I thought for sure he was going to give up a takedown on that. He did a nice little maneuver there. We used to call that a hammer lock. You take the wrist like that and bring it over the top. Quasi-legal, I guess you would call it.
As long as you get away with it, it's all right.
Well, you do things quickly enough, they don't get noticed. Right now, Bitney working a 2-on-1. Again, trying to pull that bar out to the, wants to pull Smith's hand to his back. Bitney got the legs in again. Trying to work a Turk with the leg bind. Doing a nice job of just maintaining pressure and making Smith work a whole lot harder than he is.
No.
That top wrestler puts those legs in, is very heavy underneath there. Getting in a nice deep half, working the half in the wrist, comes off the legs. He's going to force that over. He's getting some more near fall. We're going to get a pin right here, and we got it.
Wow, that's pretty impressive by Brian Bitney.
Well, I think Smith was falling asleep at the switch there. This college wrestling, you should not get turned with a half like that, especially early in the match, but he just sort of lapsed concentration, was focusing on getting rid of the legs and forgot about the half.
And it happened in a hurry, so Brian Bitney with a pin, and the Vikings go up 10-3 at 149. This could be one of the matches of the evening. Jake Exter out of Houston, #1 NAI for the Vikings against Ryan Moss, #6 NCAA Division II. He's out of Kennesaw, Georgia, so this should be a good one at 149.
He's Moss is part of that rising up of Georgia wrestling in the last decade. 10, 12 years ago, they had nothing, and now
Really?
they've got a lot of good programs going on. They've got a lot of former Olympians moving down there, I guess because they don't get any ice or snow in Atlanta.
Yeah. Until this year.
But Ryan Moss, seen Exeter wrestle quite a bit this year. He's very explosive. Nice shot by Moss, and Exeter is able to stop that with the whizzer and sprawl. Back to the middle.
You heard Coach Mockles on our pregame interview saying this is one of the key matches, or one of the big matches to be looking forward to tonight.
Single leg attempt there by Exeter, brought up with the whizzer by Moss. So we're going to see a lot of attacks. We're going to see a lot of counterattacks. With that pin, Bitney put Valley ahead 10-3 in the team score.
Vikings lost the first match, and then they've won the last two.
Well, and a lot of times these dual meets are decided not by wins and losses, but by who gets the bonus points and doesn't give up the bonus points. So Welch did a good job of only giving up 3, and then the next 2 Valley wrestlers went out and got, well, let's see, there's 4 bonus points.
Winding down to a minute 15 here in the first.
Got a shot attempt there by Moss, easily stopped, and Exeter trying to work front headlock here. Trying to get him off his elbow there.
No score. We're in the final minute of the first period.
He can get that elbow up. He can get around the corner there and score the takedown, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Exeter looking a little casual in his stance there at the whistle. Nice single leg. Drops down low. He's got to stay low. Work to that other foot right there. Going to pick it up now. Picking it up. And nice takedown there. Moss tried to jump through the legs much like Bonilla did in the last 2 matches ago, but Exeter was waiting for it and stepped back. I got a little concern from the Truman staff about a choke. Maybe a legitimate complaint there.
We're at the end of the first period. It's 2-0. Exeter with the lead.
We call that a strap ride. We're going to see a lot of that out of Exeter. He's going to tight waist on one side, strap across the shoulder and throat on the other side.
And that may be what
Truman's going to take the down position for their choice. Second period here, 2-0. Exeter in the lead. Stand-up position. Now, got to be careful there. You've got about 5 seconds to bring them back to the mat before the referee has the option of penalizing you with a stalling call.
And the score is close, 2-0 right now. Exeter with the lead.
Moss back to his feet. Exeter trying to bring him down, trying to maintain control. Drops down to the ankle. Moss able to kick out of that. So we've got the escape, 2-1. We are back to neutral right now. We've got a good match going here.
Real good match.
2 very skilled wrestlers. I think we'll see them open up a little bit more. That first round was more about feeling things out.
As I mentioned, Exeter #1 NAIA and Moss #6 NCAA Division II. So these 2 guys know
2 highly ranked
what's
wrestlers.
happening. Yep.
Well, if you had anybody on the Valley team with a 1-point lead, you'd want it to be Exeter. He's a very controlled wrestler, very good at his position, very good at protecting his lead.
And he is just a sophomore, so Mike's got to be happy to have him around for a while.
He's playing that edge really well, keeping that 1 foot in. The referee decides to break it, bring him back to the middle.
46 seconds to go here in period number 2.
Moss has a very calm style, very deliberate. There's a high C attempt.
Look out.
Switches off to a double. Nice shot there. We have no takedown. Exeter with the ankle control. Again, like the Bonilla match, he wants to turn around, sit up, and face him. And then end up behind him. So right now he needs to be posting up. Looks like Exeter, I think he's in a little bit of trouble. He's going to try to get this to a stalemate situation. The referee does call it. That's a hard thing to teach your athletes, but we talk about it a little bit in our practices. You know, sometimes you can't stop a takedown, but you can stop them from getting a takedown. I wonder if that made sense.
It made sense.
Yeah,
I understand.
We just want to shut the works down.
Yeah.
Maybe not score ourselves, but
just don't let them score, yeah. End of the second period. Boy, this is a good one, 2-1. Exeter with a lead over Moss. As we hit period number 3, both these wrestlers looking pretty confident going into this third period.
Well, Exeter does have the advantage right now. He has the advantage. Well, nobody has a riding time point yet. You need 1 minute advantage on top to score a point at the end of the match. Well, the referee is explaining to a senior college wrestler the referee's position. You don't see that too often. Legs in quickly. If Moss can hang on top and get that riding time advantage, that's a point that will tie the match up. So it's important for Exeter to keep this time short on bottom and get to his feet quickly, but sometimes leg riders can really make you work, and right now he's got both legs in, and that's a whole lot of pressure on your hips.
Wow.
Now he's got one leg in deep. Not necessarily working, you know, he's working a riding position here. Not necessarily working for a fall or back points, but if he can ride this round out, this match will be tied.
Down to 1:10.
So riding these legs, I think sometimes you need to call this situation a little quicker. They put legs in like that. Working for a tilt, he got a 1 count, but not enough for any back points here. But
44 seconds.
Moss is shown to be an excellent rider on top. Oh, we've got the escape. 3-1 lead. Riding time, not an issue. Exeter's just kind of telling Moss, you got to come to me. I'm the one winning the match.
Boy, we're down to 20 seconds, too.
I'm going to stay right here by the edge unless you do something about it. So referee brings him back to the middle. We've got 17 seconds to go.
You're right. And Exeter knew what he was doing there, didn't he? He stayed at that edge, and he wasn't.
He's a very cool wrestler. Yeah. He might get a stall call right here. He's deliberately backing up to the edge.
Down to 5 seconds.
And Moss needs, there we got the stall call on Exeter, but Moss needs to learn not to pursue him out of bounds. He needs to circle and cut off his escape route. Right there, backing up. Good match by both wrestlers. Tough wrestling there. Exeter 3-1, 3 points for Valley. They go up 13-3, coming into the 157-pound weight class.
Already at 157, and it'll be Nico Martinez. He's ranked number 10 against Colton Schmidt for Truman. Should be another good match. Nico is out of Ontario, Oregon.
Schmitz is out of Kirksville.
Home
Didn't
product.
travel far. The Kirksville High School and youth program has always developed a lot of really good wrestlers, so not surprising that you'd see a few of them wrestling in the college ranks.
Nico is a junior for the Vikings.
Double leg attempt caught there by Schmitz right to his back. We're going to get the takedown. We're going to get at least a 2 near fall. Nico's not too happy about that. He's coming back around, faces him. We've got a 4-0 lead for Colton Schmidt. That particular technique has about 50 different names. Out here, I think they call it a cow catcher. He just sort of wrangled him back down to the mat, scored some back points and the takedown. It's important for Martinez right here. He needs to stay calm. Realize that got a lot of wrestling ahead of him. Don't try anything silly. Don't try to make up those 4 points right away, but grind yourself back into this match. I got a little contact to the eyes there. Referee, make sure both wrestlers are okay.
Down to 1:40 in this first period, 4-0. Schmitz with a lead.
Just got to keep a better forward drive when he takes that shot, but he can't lose confidence in taking the shot because of the bad situation, that first shot. You see a lot of that from Truman. They grab the head and they squeeze and they pull and they really stop the wrestling from happening at that point.
Minute to go here in the first. 4-1, Schmitz with a lead.
There's Schmitz getting the underhooks in, trying to stand up Martinez. Let's just step under those underhooks and lift Martinez up, straighten him up, as they say, jack him up. Martinez needs to bring those elbows down, clear the underhooks. And once he clears those underhooks, he needs to be right back into his offense. Well, a little strategy by Schmitz right now. He's got the 4-0 lead. He's going to make Martinez come to him. He's going to be content to play a little bit outside, touch the mat with his hand, dance left, dance right. Martinez needs to put a little heat on this situation right here. We'll get a stall call against Schmidt. Martinez can pursue him and show that Schmidt is stalling, but right now they're both kind of hanging back and nobody's really pushing it.
And that's the end of the first period, and Schmitz leads it by a 4-1 score as we get set for the second. And let's see, it looks like Schmitz is going to be on bottom in the second period. Carl Murphy describing most of the action, women's wrestling coach here at Valley, and been in this coaching business a long time. Here we go, period number 2.
Got quick action. Schmitz right to his feet. Martinez trying to set up a tilt from his feet. But we're going to give up the escape here. We have got a 5-1 score right now. And again, Martinez just needs to come in on that shot a little bit harder, keep his elbows in, close up those windows. Schmitz with the counter takedown. 6 of his 7 points off of Martinez's shots.
I imagine that'll start going to his mind now. Next time,
it'll mess with you.
Mess it a little bit.
Sometimes it'll mess with you in a good way where you need to adjust your style a little bit. The stubborn wrestler will keep going back and keep getting burnt on it. So right now, I'd say his fastball's not working. He needs to throw something else.
Find another pitch that works. But 7-1, Schmitz with a lead. 30 seconds to go in period number 2.
Smith's another senior on this Truman team. Wrestling a really solid match right now. Martinez, he's going to have choice this third period. Be interesting to see where he decides to go. 6-point lead, he might just want to get back on his feet.
That's it for the second period, 7-1 as Colton Schmitz right now controlling this match with Nico Martinez.
And we're still early in the duel right now, so, you know, coaching staff over there at Valley's thinking about keeping Truman out of bonus points. Right now we got a 6-point differential. 8 points would be an additional team point for Truman. Martinez with some good motion there. He just needs to get his shot set up and keep the drive going. Truman again, 2 hands on the head, just hanging on. A little bit like when boxers clinch. Nothing can really happen from that position.
And that's right now okay with Schmitz, isn't it?
Well, and the referee needs to come in and just say, hey, knock that off, open up your wrestling. Martinez trying to work 2-on-1 with the wrist there. Smith's just, he's kind of not really opening up. Still haven't seen a shot yet from him. Nice double leg attempt, but again with the underhook, stopping the shot.
And we're down to a minute to go here.
Needs to bring that underhook down. Martinez does have head position. Needs to circle away from that underhook. Smith's first shot there off his underhook, single leg. Clears the whizzer and gets a takedown. Need to watch that knee position there, referee. There you go.
And he is up 9-1 now.
Now Smith is working what we call a bent leg Turk or an Oki Turk. Try to stretch him over across his body. Fortunately, we're going out of bounds here. We're getting a count from the referee, but yeah, 3 near fall off the Turk.
And that's going to do it. And pretty impressive performance by Colton Schmitz. As he took it to Martinez, 13-1. Again, he is from Kirksville. Now we go to 165, and Taylor Smith, he's out of Platte City, always good wrestling there. And for the Vikings, and Devin Fernstermaker, he is out of Barnhard, Missouri.
Yeah, that Platte City area just
good wrestling all the time, always.
Known throughout the country as producing top-level wrestlers.
Smith is a sophomore.
Fenstermaker in early on a single, posts it up, clears out through the legs. There's his takedown. Smith trying to get his legs back underneath him again.
Team score 13-7, Valley with the lead after 5 matches.
We've got 4 outstanding wrestlers coming up for Valley, so I think Truman needs to get the win here to stay in this match. Fenstermaker working a 2-on-1 tilt. No points on that. Now out of bounds, we're going to go back to the middle. We got 1:50 in this first period left. Smith down 2-0. Fenstermaker. 2 Missouri kids going at it here. Fenstermaker is a redshirt senior, so he's in his 5th year wrestling at Truman. Well, he lost the headgear. We're going to stop the wrestling, get things fixed back up. A little limping there from Taylor Smith on the last break. I think he's got a leg cramp. Not too uncommon in wrestling when they're trying to cut weight, and sometimes they need a little more water than maybe they've been drinking lately. Working the spiral ride. Truman's doing a good job on top so far.
Their coach is Dave Shooter. He's yelling at his wrestler.
And again, we're working that 2-on-1 tilt. We've got 1 count. Just pretty close there, but just a 1 count from the referee, no points. And every time Smith is about to get away, he cuts back on the far leg there. So Fenstermacher using the what we call an Iowa ride or ankle ride pretty effectively there. So he's got that ankle scooped, trying to pull it out. We've got a no count. Well, referee's close to counting there, but again, he just keeps cutting that leg back. He's got to clear his foot that's being trapped by his ankle that's trapped. He's got to clear that before getting up on his feet. And again, with the ankle ride on the other side now.
Well, interesting first is Fenstermacher. Up 2-0.
Looks over at his coach. He's going to defer. Giving Valley the choice. Valley's choice is going to take the neutral position at the start of the second period. He's just down 2-0. Fenstermacher with a advantage in riding time, so right now a 3-point difference in the match. A little outside single attempt there. Trying to keep Smith in check. Low single again. This is how he scored in the first period. Just swims out to 2 legs, another takedown, and a 4-0 lead. And I think we're probably going to see an ankle ride here again. Scoops up the foot. And you really got to deal with that before you try to do anything else.
And it's 4-0 with 1:03 to go here in the second. As you pointed out, the Fenstermacher needs to, in order for Truman to hang around, needs this one because we've got pretty good wrestlers coming up. Riley Boomer, Wade Aylett, Josh Manu, and Carl Lawrence.
Keep the pressure forward. Well, it's switched to a leg ride now. But again, he's controlling the hips of Smith very effectively. Smith's having to work real hard just to stay off his back in this position. Working the Turk. Reach for the head there, scrape it as we say. And we're going to get near fall here. Well, I would say the referee's just a little bit stingy on the near fall, but I guess he's going to call it both ways the same, so that's okay. He keeps pressuring on that leg, and we've got a count. Working the Turk, Fenstermacher. He's got the 5 count for 3 points. As the second period comes to an end, we've got a 7-0 lead for Fenstermacher. Coach tells him, you take the down position, get that 8th point.
And Taylor Smith, again, out of Platte City, has a lot of work to do here in the third, down 7-zip.
He's cramping pretty bad there.
That looks like it, doesn't it?
His right calf.
Yeah. He took a little time between periods, too.
Trying to control wrist here, work his way up. Run the tight waist. Looks like Fenstermaker's trying to set up a Granby here. He's got his hips cleared and turns out for the one. Back on their feet, we got 8-0 match. Smith needs to get close. Fenstermaker wrestling off one knee. So likes to strike like the snake there down low. Waiting for Smith to step into a shot. He needs to circle hard to the leg that's up. There's a nice double leg. Coming up through the middle. Needs to keep his head up there. Post that up, post that up. Wrist control, we're gonna have a little scramble here. Pressuring towards his head, rolling over the top, gotta slip out, gotta slip out. Fenstermaker with a nice defensive takedown. Off of Smith's, started off as a double, ended up with a head in the hole single.
Now it's 10-0.
22 seconds left. Can't afford any more points here. Needs to stay off his back. Fenstermaker working a Turk right now, trying to stretch things out. He's got a bar arm on the left side. Trying to clear his leg so he can run with that. Round 3 comes to an end.
And 10-0 is our final. And yeah, you just look at Taylor. He looked, yeah, he's
a little
limping.
bit
I
hobbled.
think he's had a rough time of it.
Team score is going to go 13-11 right now.
So Fenstermaker with the win there to make it 13-11, but then we're going to get a forfeit as Riley Boomer out of Sheridan, Michigan. No wrestler for Truman at that weight. Now coming in for Valley at 184 is Wade Aylett. All right, East Coaster. How do you say that town in Oregon? He's from a town. I'll find it for you here. Boomer, not Boomer, but he's from Oregon. Is it Oregon, Oregon?
Yes,
Okay.
Oregon.
Okay. Taking on Ryan Ward from Geneva, Illinois.
Valley up by 8 on the team score. We got 3 matches to go, so still anybody's duel.
Aylett, a sophomore for the Vikings at 184.
Ward got in deep on the high C, but Aylett able to slip his hips around a little bit. Working the crouch well, straighten it back out. Now we got one of those scramble positions. Ward trying to clear his head. Aylett trying everything he can to keep his head trapped between his legs. He does clear his head, and there's the 2 points for the takedown. Ward was able to pull that around with one arm, so apparently a pretty strong wrestler out there.
And he's up 2-0 here in the first.
Working that spiral ride from his feet. Aylett trying to step out and get an escape, but we're out of bounds. Ward on top, Aylett down on the bottom. We've still got a minute and a half in this first period.
New poll out today. The Vikings understand are ranked 3rd this week in NAIA wrestling.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody on the Viking staff's too concerned about that. It's all going to come down to nationals and
Qualifier here in a couple weeks.
qualifier next weekend, and then 2 weeks after that, go right to nationals in Topeka.
Yep, Topeka this year.
I saw a good event here in the program for those of you listening. The alumni social in Topeka during the
That'll be fun.
during the national championships. So get some little snack foods and talk about wrestling out there in Topeka.
That'll
So
be Capitol Plaza Hotel.
Closer than
March 8th.
Closer than it's been in the last few
got
years.
You got it.
Yeah, 1 minute to go. Aylett down on bottom. He needs to get an escape here. Give him some time to work for a takedown of his own. We got caution on Truman again. And this is about the third time this referee's talked to these Truman wrestlers about pushing up against the hindquarters of the down wrestler. Technically not allowed. I don't think a lot of wrestlers or referees pay too much attention to that. Trying to get the legs in is Ward. Trying to work what we call a guillotine. Got one leg in, crab right on the other. Aylett trying to work for a spider position, unsuccessful on that. Aylett's working the legs very well. He's got a lot of pressure on the hips, a lot of pressure on the head and neck of Aylett. Very uncomfortable position there. We've got that deep half, and there's almost, let's see, you got to be careful there. Those hands touch, that becomes a full Nelson and illegal. And that was a full. Coach Mike Malkle's thinking that was a full Nelson, too.
Mike's taking a close look, isn't he?
As soon as those hands touch, there doesn't have to be any intent on the offensive wrestler's part.
We're through the first. It's 2-0. Ward with a slim lead.
We're going to have a little discussion here about what is a full Nelson.
And I think Mike Malkles wants to talk about that a little bit. Mike's going to go over and take a look. Yeah, that's exactly what he's talking to the referee about.
Well, the reason they have that as an illegal move, it puts too much pressure straight down on the neck and can cause injury. So Coach Malkle's trying to look out for his own wrestler there.
Yeah, that's what he's trying to explain to him right now.
And yeah, we heard that word. Soon as they touch.
Soon as they touch. You don't have to grasp when you just touch and that's it. All right, let's see. Aylett will be on the down position here as we start the second period. He trails 2-0.
Well, Aylett's on top, so we switch position
on
there.
On top this time.
Ward quickly to his feet. Aylett counters the turn with a double leg, so no change in position there. Got him belly down. He's going to start working for a wrist here. Ward seems a little concerned at that tight waist. He's staying right behind him, which referee may consider as stalling, so we'll see how that develops. Now, see right here, nothing's going to happen. Let's call a stalemate, ref. Bring him back to the middle.
Yeah.
Well, a little bit wrong on that one. Well, we got 2 1 counts. No back points, but pretty dangerous tilt position there by Aylett. So.
But you're right. Nothing happened. No points. So we move back to the middle.
Nice switch there by Ward. Clears the hips. Aylett's trying to battle the reversal, but they're stepping over. Oh. Aylett from the switch. He's got his reversal, and he's getting more right here. He's got him in trouble. Yeah. All that from an explosive switch on the whistle. He's got his reversal, and he's got his 3 near fall to see if he can get a little bit more here. And we've got the fall called. Bringing that score, Valley 19, Truman 17. So we've got a tough little match here, and a little bit of a mistake there by Aylett. Tried to jump over the legs, got his feet airborne, got his hips, lost control of his own hips, and ended up in trouble there.
Well, here we go, Josh Manu. One of the seniors at 197. You hear the roar from the crowd. Number 3 NAIA. He's out of North Providence, Rhode Island against Helmut Rensselaer. Helmut also a Kirksville product.
Kirksville wrestler. Manu, he can shoot from a
Oh,
mile
boy.
away.
He's good.
He is very fast, covers a lot of ground in a short time. May have a little trouble with Rensselaer's stance right now, putting one knee down.
We've seen several of the Truman wrestlers that way
Seems to
tonight.
be the Truman style tonight. Well, Josh just gets a little bit lower, comes in on the double legs, getting back points here. No better feeling than on your senior night to get a quick pin here, and he's got him in big trouble. Gonna seal the deal for Valley with a pin. Whew, Josh Manu with the pin, 46 seconds into the first period. Nice double leg, stayed aggressive, stayed on task, and worked for the fall and got it.
Man, standing ovation. That's his last time. Well, he'll wrestle here in a couple of weeks, but as far as a home duel, this is his last night.
That is right, and probably a great feeling for Josh.
And here's Carl Lawrence.
His best friend's coming in right behind him. Josh has sealed the deal, and I think Carl wants to put an exclamation point on this duel tonight.
Carl out of Sullivan, Missouri. Wrestling Ben Dudley. Man out of St. Louis. Yeah, Carl's saying, all right, Josh, you did it, watch this. So I don't know if he can do it in 46 seconds. So.
He's got about 24 seconds to go now. Carl with a good defensive takedown there. A little shot attempt by Dudley. Can quickly control the head and went behind for the two. Now he's working a 2-on-1 tilt. Switches that off. Trying to pull that hand to the back. Now he's working the cradle.
Carl going up in weight class a little bit, so he's giving up some weight tonight.
Yeah, not a big problem for him. He's wrestled heavyweight plenty this season and last. He has had a few little nagging injuries holding him back from competing full-time this year, but he looks pretty good there. Nice high C coming around behind easily for another takedown. We got a 4-1 lead for Lawrence. And, you know, the takedowns are nice, but it's his senior night. I'm sure he's going to want to pin.
Want to pin.
But as is his style, he does like to wear people down, and you might, you know, see pins later in the match a lot more with a wrestler like Carl Lawrence. Dudley doesn't really seem to be trying to do too much here, and that's a hard wrestler to pin. Trying to work that wrist out.
4-1, Carl with a lead. Vikings up 25-17.
Well, he's got a wrist outside, and look at that. Nice little run.
Wow. Crowd wants Carl to get his pin. There it is.
We got it.
Well, what a great night on senior night. Your two seniors, Josh Manu, two of the best in the country. Josh ranked number 3, Carl number 5, both get pins. How about that?
Yeah, and you know, and again, Dudley just kind of fell asleep at the switch there for a second. Carl caught his wrist outside and took it straight over. Ran it like an arm bar.
All right. Well, sir, as usual, a wonderful job. Now, what's up for the ladies? Are you about done? You've got a couple more, right?
We're done with our collegiate season, but we do have our open season coming up. We'll be going to Oklahoma City for University Nationals and Las Vegas for the Senior Nationals, and then we'll take our younger group to the FILA Junior Nationals in Florida in May. So we've got quite a few tournaments coming up.
Thanks for coming by. You did a great job as usual.
That was a good match.
All
Enjoyed
right.
it. Thank you.
Good match. We'll try to get Coach Bockles over here for just a moment if we can and visit with him. Thanks, Carl. Appreciate it. Carl Murphy, he is the women's wrestling coach and does a tremendous job with his women's program and does a tremendous job helping with our live stream broadcast as well. What's that? Yeah, I'll get the seniors too. I'll try to get the two seniors over here to visit with them for just a couple of moments. And we'll get the coach over here and the two seniors. So we'll put a microphone on a couple of them.
They're coming.
We get Josh first. Sit down here for a minute, young man. Josh Manu joined us. 46 seconds?
I'm not sure exactly.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Hey, that's what you want on senior night, right?
Definitely.
All
it's
right.
bittersweet, though. Wish it could have lasted a little longer. But
Now, Josh, you're a senior here, and this has been a quick 4 years for you, hasn't it?
it has, real quick. I remember coming in, and I was just a nobody from Rhode Island. Then 4 years went by like that. I'm ranked number 3, and things are looking up. So time waits for nobody, they say, and it's true. It's so true.
Wait till you start getting older, the time really flies. But you've got to take the team out home this year, didn't you?
Definitely.
That was kind of fun.
That was
wasn't
nice.
it?
Good experience to get to wrestle in front of my home crowd. People haven't seen who haven't seen me wrestle since high school, and I come back a completely different wrestler. Thanks to Coach Mike Bockles and Pat Giangrasso. They did a good job. Thank them a lot.
What a response you got from this crowd. That was fun, wasn't it?
It was real nice, real nice.
All right, 2 weeks or less than 2 weeks right here. You have qualifying, don't you?
Regionals, yes.
All right. Your goal is to get in that national championship.
That is my goal.
What are you going to do if you have to wrestle this guy right here for that title? That would be something, wouldn't it?
I've been doing that every single day for the past 5 years.
That's made you a better wrestler, hasn't
Definitely,
it?
definitely.
All right. Well, good luck in 2 weeks. Topeka this year,
yes.
Close to here, so hopefully there'll be a lot of Valley people out there. So, Josh, thanks for stopping
Appreciate
by.
it.
You bet. We'll get Carl over here for a moment. Where'd Carl go? Go grab your buddy. Get him over here too. We'll get Carl Lawrence over here for just a moment. Then we'll get Coach Michaels. But I want to get Carl Lawrence. Two seniors on this club, Josh Manu, Carl Lawrence, and I tell you what, did you have fun tonight? You couldn't get the 46 seconds though that he got for the pin.
Well, I don't know. The guy was bigger than I thought.
But great job, great job.
Thank you, sir.
You worked and worked and worked, and then you finally got the pin there. What a response you got from these fans. That has to be fun on senior night, wasn't it?
Yes, sir, it has. Me and Josh, we've been best friends since the first day I actually came to Valley. He's the first person I met. We've been friends for a long time, got to know a lot of people over the years, and it's hard, knowing it's your last match in front of the home crowd, and the dean of students, Heath Morgan, and, Dr. Pfeiffer, and especially Coach Michaels. So, but it's great to get a good response like that.
Yeah.
They're great supporters. We got great fans, and I wouldn't want to wrestle anywhere else.
You and Josh have wrestled in practice. My goodness, that makes you both better, doesn't it?
Sometimes we get to, Coach will get on to us because we just, it's been 5 years we've been wrestling each other, and some days we're not pushing it as much as we need to, and Coach Michaels or Gino or Coach Giangrasso will give us the kick that we need, to get after it, and that's definitely made a big difference. When we first came in, we weren't really the best that they'd ever seen, but we sure work hard for what we get.
You have qualified right here in a week and a half to go to the Nationals in Topeka, close there. Boy, you've got a lot to wrestle for this year yet, don't you?
Yeah, we do. It's try not to let the middle game of it being your last year get to you, and just go after it and have fun and thank the Lord for what you get,
A few nagging injuries, everything okay now?
Yeah, everything's all right. I was sick about a week ago. That wasn't no fun. I didn't get to go to an open tournament, and that kind of bothered me. But other than that, I'm feeling pretty good.
All right. Good job, man. Good luck, and go all the way to the Nationals, all right?
Thank you, sir.
All right. We'll get Coach in here now, Mike Michaels. You've heard from the two seniors, Josh Manu and Carl Lawrence, who have done just a wonderful job. They both got pins tonight. And we'll put a headset on Mike Michaels for just a couple moments. Coach, we talked to your two seniors. What a way to go out! Both of them getting pins to go out. First period pins. How about that?
Yeah, that was something. I mean, those guys. I told them. I said, some of these people are never going to get a chance to see you wrestle again, even though we have regionals coming up. This may be their last shot. I said, let's leave an impression. And both of them understood what I meant, and they got after him pretty quick.
They both said the same thing when they came. They said, boy, we changed a lot in the 4 or 5 years we've been here, and that's right. They've become men, haven't they?
Oh,
And
boy.
outstanding young men.
Outstanding men. I wouldn't trade them for any other men in the country. I mean, they're both fantastic kids, great competitors, great team men, leaders on campus. I mean, kids that, you know, if you had children, that's what you'd want them to come up like.
You won the match tonight, 31-17. Now a week from Saturday. First of all, talk about the match, please, with what you saw tonight.
Sure. We had a couple of matches in there that, you know, I wasn't real happy with. We didn't wrestle very well at 25. A little bit. We didn't control our weight coming into the match, and that affected us. You know, wrestled well at 33, 41, really good. Of course, great matchup there at 49
Well,
with
that
Exeter.
was a good one. That was
great
excellent.
bout.
Yeah.
57. You know, I was a little disappointed there. I think we can wrestle better at that weight. And but other than that, you know, we wrestled pretty good and kind of knew what was coming. You know, we're ready to go, I think, for the regional championships. We got to get a couple of our guys got a little minor injuries. We got to heal up, and we're off and running.
All right, what do we expect a week from Saturday?
Well, you know, we've got Grandview coming in here. They're the defending two-time national champs. You know, and they're tough. They're really tough. I mean, we're going to have to battle. We are going to be in it, you know, for the regional title, and it's going to take a little bit of you know, a little bit of help from a couple other teams, but 13 teams there. 5 of them, I think, in the top 20. So it's going to be a tough battle.
And the Nationals are in Topeka, close to home. I see even in the program here, going to have a social. So to remind the alumni that on parents, that Saturday, March the 8th at the Capitol Plaza Hotel, there'll be a social as well. So that's fun to be close to home and actually have some alumni.
You know what? Yeah, thank goodness. We're only a couple hours away. You know, we're looking for a big support from our students and fans from around. We're a little bit closer over there in Kansas and Oklahoma, where our teams really originated back in the 90s. And you know, I'm looking forward for a big turnout, and that social is something that you know, development and Eric Sappington has helped put together, and I think that's going to be a great event.
All right, Mike, I really enjoyed it tonight. We had a great time.
Yep.
Good luck next Saturday. Good luck in the Nationals.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, Mike Michaels, and I hope you enjoyed senior night. Our two seniors with first period pins, Josh Manu and Carl Lawrence, and they join us on the postgame. Thanks to our entire live stream staff. They'll be back at work tomorrow night as we have basketball. Avila will be here 5:30 and 7:30 on livestream.com. Ken Cuiava for Carl Murphy and Chaz Maddie and the entire live stream crew. Good night from Marshall.